At certain times in our life, it's inevitable that we'll suffer from grief, whether it be a loss of a loved one, a pet, or loss of something else in our lives. Now, essential oils, of course, are there to help us through these hard times because they offer us support in all different ways, as we've been exploring in Oil Camp 3. Oils such as balance, peace, console, and forgive can help us work through all the different stages of grief. However, there are other great oils in the doTERRA collection that are also there to support you. One of my favourites is cypress. Now, cypress has a bit of a mythical legend behind it, and I want to share that with you. Once there was a gorgeous young man. He was a prince, in fact. His name was Cyprasios, and he would go out into the woods with his number one companion, a beautiful stag deer. One day when he was out in the woods, he met the god Apollo, and they became the closest of companions as well. The three of them would go out into the woods every day. Now, one day they were out in the woods and they're throwing javelins to see who could throw it the furthest, because that's what boys did before we had Xboxes. So one day Cyprasios got his javelin, he was about to throw it, and he looked behind him to make sure Apollo was watching and threw the javelin without looking where he was aiming, and went straight through the heart of his beloved stag deer. Now, Cyprasios was so upset. He couldn't bear to be on this planet any longer, knowing that he had killed his companion who had been there all his life. So he begged the god Apollo to please let me go into the underworld to be with my stag deer. I can't stay on this world anymore. However, Apollo was so fond of Cyprasios now, they'd grown so close, and he didn't want to lose him either. So what he did is he turned Cyprasios into the cypress tree. Now, when you look at a cypress tree, its roots go deep into the ground where it can be into the underworld, but it also has that pointing shape, quite often pointing up to the heavens. Cypress has since been known as an oil and a tree of grief, of the underworld, of death, of letting go, and accepting the flow of life. Cypress physically can help us to balance the flow of liquids in our body, whether it be water retention or overperspiration and different things like that. But on an emotional level, it also helps tears to flow. It allows us to grieve and release all the hurt and the pain that we're holding on inside. If you're holding those tears in and can't cry, diffusing or aromatically dressing in cypress can really, really help as well. So whenever you're having a tough time, definitely reach for your emotional oils, but include a bit of cypress as well. There are a few other oils that you can bring in if you need extra support. Lavender is really good for helping you relax and allow the grieving process to happen. Oregano helps to break beliefs and that life's not fair or different things like that. Melissa can lift you back up. And marjoram helps you to still feel that connection and that closeness to that person or that animal or whatever that you've lost as well. We're all going to suffer grief at some point in our life, but we all have essential oils to be there as a close companion, to cuddle us and nurture us whenever we're having a tough time.